Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo. This is our MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors, so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm excited today to be interviewing Amanda Gail. Amanda, it's lovely to be with you.
Thank you. Thanks for doing these interviews.
Oh, you are so welcome. So what is it that you offer? What do you do at our events?
Well, I am a medium, which means that I connect with souls that have crossed over to the other side. And I'm also a psychic. So some psychic information comes through in my mediumship readings, but I don't do them separately. So I just open up and allow spirit to come through with the messages and the evidence that the person in front of me needs for their deepest healing.
Tell me a little bit about mediumship and how it works for you. Do people simply show up for that person? Do they typically have requests of a particular person they want to connect with? And just how does that all, say a little, so people might have a little insight into what's happening for you.
Yeah. So I generally like to just allow souls to come through as they will. And they're not usually with me. So generally are with us. So when someone comes to sit in front of me, their loved ones are with them. So I tune into them at that point and ask who has the deepest messages of healing. That seems to be the core of the work that I do, is to be a conduit for healing from those on the other side to give to their loved ones that are still embodied. So I let them come in as they will. And Spirit has shown me numerous times, if the people coming through are not the primary loved one that my client wants to get in touch with, then they usually open it up and kind of give me a little tap on the shoulder that, oh, I think they want somebody else. Ask them to ask for the person. And it's in the asking, it's that vulnerable moment where we are actually asking what we want, that then those souls come forward to as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then in terms of being psychic, it's that just other awareness shows up that's not specifically from the spirits that are with them, souls that are with them. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So on my journey towards becoming a medium, actually, I wasn't even trying to become a medium. I was actually becoming a Reiki master when this kind of opened up. Yeah, the psychic was something that I kind of stayed away from because in my upbringing, psychic had such a negative connotation to me. So part of my healing journey in this is to actually give that a much fuller, lighter energy, which is what it really embodies. So I've actually been trying to separate the two, the psychic ability from the mediumship ability, which really isn't that much different. One is reading the souls of the person in front of us, and that would be psychic information coming through. And mediumship is simply raising the vibration a little higher and connecting with the soul connection with those on the other side. So on this path, I've been trying to separate the two, but Spirit has made it very clear. Why are you going to mess with a good thing? This is how we work through you. I'm like, okay. so it's hard for me to not give one source of information over another. However, I try to meet the needs of the person that's sitting in front of me. And some people simply aren't open to mediumship, but they are very much open to what the spirit realm in general has to say. So I'm just a conduit for whatever spirit says the person in front of me needs the most.
Great. Maybe could you say a little bit more of your journey? You mentioned that you kind of opened to all this while you were learning Reiki or doing Reiki. Maybe could you say a little of how you got started with Reiki and then how did this unfold for you?
Yeah, that's kind of like when I was born kind of story, the origin story, right?
Well, so, you notice things when you're really young.
Yeah. So I always knew that I was a healer of some sorts, but I didn't know what that meant. And so when I was a teenager, it was kind of the New Age movement was the term that was put on it. And then for about 10 years of my adult life, I was seeking healing and to be a conduit of healing through the Christian church. So and then I got out of that and really started to seek, okay, so what is it within myself without any kind of construct? What is it in myself that I really want to offer to my time here on this planet? And so I sought out a Reiki master because from what I had kind of peripherally in my little bits of reading had known about Reiki, I was like, hey, I think that's what I kind of do naturally. So I sought out a Reiki master friend of mine, and we started about a 2 to 3 month Reiki attunement and learning Reiki that way. And she liked to speak about it as I just needed Dumbo's feather. So she's like, you already know what you're doing. Why do you need this little piece of paper on the wall that says you're a Reiki master? I was like, I don't know. But she's, she kind of saw it as I just needed something to validate what it was that I was doing. So, and that's what happened during my first attunement, which is just raising the vibrational levels and frequencies a little higher to be able to tune into spirit a little better. It was literally an overnight transformation. I had a very impactful session during my attunement. And I literally woke up the next day and all of the knowings that I had now had personalities. And so that was just back in last January that this opened up. And I have just been, full speed ahead ever since. There's just an internal push that, oh my God, we've been waiting for you. It's about damn time. Let's get moving. So that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
And so come this January, so it will be a year since this opened up. I'm actually retiring from my 28-year career as a hairdresser to be of service to spirit full time. And these psychic fairs, wellness fairs that you put on are just a great way for me to kind of get immersed in this culture and to be able to reach as many people who are already seeking healing that I possibly can.
Yeah, great. I had no idea it was so recent for you. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, we're ready. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
One curiosity I had, does everyone have other souls with them?
I have never, well, first of all, I'm going to say, I don't do what kind of cold reading. I would never walk up to somebody and say, hey, I see someone with you, although I see them with you. For me, it's such a personal thing. I don't usually get messages of, hi, your grandmother loves you. It's grandma wants to go deep and heal things within you. So I don't necessarily want to bring that as a surprise at someone's dinner party or whatnot. So yes, I have not had a session yet where somebody from the other side hasn't come forward to bring messages. I have, however, had messages where it's mostly what I consider the big S spirit versus the little S spirit, come through with information more so than a soul. And for me, that's just based on what the person in front of me is definitely needing in that moment. And sometimes it really is an acknowledgement that your loved ones are still connected to you. And sometimes it is a much broader message that needs to come through. But yes, we all have our loved ones that have an eye on us. All it takes is a thought of them to bring them closer. So they're always with us.
Great. Let's see, if people want to learn more about you and reach out, how do they find you on the web?
Well, I do have a website. It's Medium Amanda Gail, GAIL.com. And that's a fairly new website, and they can reach out to some of the offerings that I have of readings, or they can just find out a little bit more about me. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under the same Medium Amanda Gail, and that kind of has a little bit of the events that I'm also involved in at this point.
Great. It's been lovely chatting with you. I'm excited. Hearing that your journey is so new. Excited to have more people connect with you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Well, not that old a dog. And for all of you listening and watching, you can find out more about all of our events at mewefairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. Thanks so much, Amanda.
Thank you.